So what is your favorite Souls game? Is it Demon Souls, Dark Souls, or Dark Souls 2? Post in the comments below and let me know. So yes, we are talking about Bloodborne. This game looks insane. Hey guys, it's Robbie with Oakworld Games. Man oh man, there's a ton of new details you may have not heard about for Bloodborne. I'm going to include a guide in the description below, so if you want to find out about the PS4 graphics and the engine of Bloodborne, you can. And then we're going to be talking about co-op, PvP, and the need for a beta, and also later in the video, possible connections to Demon Souls. This is where the Soul series began, so guys, let's talk about Bloodborne. But a real fast note, we are celebrating 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube right here at Oakworld Games. That is crazy to me. So because of that, we're going to be doing a community Q&A where you can ask me and Ryan all sorts of questions, anything and everything goes. So get to asking those questions in the comments below. I will be sure to look for them. So first of all, we're going to start with co-op. Yeah, so co-op is a huge deal in Bloodborne. Of course, it's been a staple of the Souls franchise for a very, very long time. But how is it different in Bloodborne? Well, this time you will be using the Lulling Bell, as it is being called, to summon players to your world. And when it is activated from your inventory, you will see a ripple beneath your feet when you move, like a god moving across the waters. And a guest will appear in your game world. Now, when that guest appears, they will appear in the spot they were at in their game. So if they're standing at the castle, for example, they're going to appear at the castle for that seamless experience. It's not like it's going to load and they're going to appear right beside you. So expect it to be quite seamless this time in Bloodborne. Now, if you don't want someone joining your game and you want to join their game, you use the Resonant Bell, and then you will be put into their game world, and you'll be able to help them defeat bosses and all sorts of creatures as well. Now, there's some more similarities to Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2. When you defeat the boss together, you guys, that's it. The session ends and it's over. And if all of the guests die in the world, then that ends the session for everyone. Everyone is disconnected. And of course, if the host dies, you can expect everyone to disconnect as well. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys like this system still, or do you prefer something where it is 100% seamless? You can play through all of the game without being disconnected. Personally, I would really like it if you didn't constantly get disconnected from boss battles. That's my opinion. I hope they add that sometime in the series eventually. We'll see. Now, this is where it differs. You'll be able to equip a special bullet item, shoot it at your friend, and that will disconnect the game. They'll end the co-op session. So that's really where it's basically the only difference from what I can tell from the co-op sessions that you play in previous Souls game. And yes, you can still leave those misleading messages on the ground for your friends to find during your play session. And you can still see those gory deaths, which will warn you about what is ahead. Ooh, white sticky stuff. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of white sticky stuff? I think of cream cheese. Your mind is just filthy. And yes, gestures will be returning in the game. You can swipe your PS4 controller and then you will see the appropriate gesture on your screen. So you'll know it's me when I'm the one violently dry humping the air. So now, PvP. Now, this is all rumors. This is not confirmed in any way, shape, or form, so keep that in mind, guys. So Bloodborne is another word for a disease of the blood. And you can expect to be choosing different types of diseases, it appears, in PvP, and you will then have certain choices related to whatever you're infected with, then also different types of covenant. So that's really cool. It's probably also going to influence how much you play co-op and then PvP. So if you go with a certain type of covenant, you're going to be more PvP oriented than if you are with another type of covenant. So choosing a covenant is going to be a tough choice in this game. I think I'm going to go with a co-op centric covenant this time. And mentioning blood, it is everywhere in this game, and you are going to have to apparently collect it for your heart so you are not consumed by the disease. And you'll do this by collecting blood packs and blood vials and then going to a shrine to get a transfusion This world offers the best in medical care, do not worry. Now, it appears that if the illness takes hold and consumes you, it might actually transform you into something threatening. We'll see if that's true, though. More coming soon about that, because PvP is still a little bit unknown. So now, on to some more random facts about the game. It appears now you can summon your friends from the PS4 friends list. Thank freaking Umbasa. So it sounds like the sickness can be pretty damn serious, and once it takes its full grasp on you, you are bound to the world in a new form known as a beast. Now this is pretty awesome because it opens up new attacks and combos for all of your weapons, and you will become much like a Red Phantom from the Dark Souls series. So, looks like it's going to be pretty tense. So they really, really want you fearing this disease big time in this game, and in fact they're going even further with New Game Plus, offering what appears to be a Permadeath mode. And I thought I was a hardcore gamer. Now, what about game graphics? I'm hearing so much good things about this game in terms of the graphics. It started out where it looked a little bit choppy, but now the frame rate is buttery smooth from what I'm hearing. And there are a ton of new details about the graphics, including what the engine is using. They're using the Havix physics engine, of course. This is one of the most widespread physics middlewares in the industry, and they are using something called Yabis 2, and this is going to be an optics middleware known for its depth of field, camera, and lighting effects. You can check out the trailer right here. Looks gorgeous. And then separable subsurface scattering, a tech for rendering realistic skin in 2 post-processing passes. It's looking definitely next gen, guys. The PS4 is really showing off its stuff, especially in 2015. We're going to be seeing Bloodborne, The Order, 1886, and then Uncharted 4 later on. And Uncharted 4, that's going to even be crazier. So, some good stuff coming for PS4. And mentioning the PS4, you can use the PS4 Vita for remote play. So if someone sits down and they say, I want to watch The Simpsons, you can take your PS4 and still play Bloodborne in the other room, shut out all the lights, and have a good time. So here's some more random facts about the game. I love random facts. So there's going to be your standard Souls customization from previous games. You will be able to choose your gender. The game has absolutely no shields in it, which is extremely different from previous games. It's actually something I'm going to have to get used to. So blocking is a last resort means, it's not going to be your main defense. Dodging is going to be something you're going to have to be doing a lot in this game this time, and side striking as well. So this is more of an offensive game this time. And there is a huge emphasis on dual wielding, and guns are meant to stun, not really deal a huge amount of damage. So you can open up your enemy by firing off your weapon and then taking them on in that manner. There is little to no magic in this game. A lot of you are going to be disappointed with that, but the guns, I think, are going to make up for it this time. Gadgets and such are replacing magic as well as the guns, just as I said before. And there's going to be a wide variety of items for healing yourself. It's not going to be a one-use item. They really want to provide a lot of variety in that area. And then most weapons have 2 modes that you can activate by pressing triangle. You can modify almost every single weapon in the game. There's transformations which look badass, by the way. Using a torch and lantern will be a crucial part of the game, especially in pitch black areas. You may remember them introducing this big time in Dark Souls 2. So souls do return in the game and will be used for improving your character throughout the game. Enemies interact with one another, get fights with each other, and then chase you. So you will be roaming around and then suddenly come across a ton of enemies engaging in battle. I hope to see this more and more in this game series. So the world, how is it designed? It is going to be interconnected like Dark Souls, and yes, it appears that it is going to be open world. And I don't think that there is a mini-map. Again, let me know if you guys would like a mini-map at the very least in these games. I really like getting lost in these games. That's one of the most enjoyable things. And the clock tower bong serves as an enemy swapper. They change locations and respawn, so be on your toes when you hear the clock tower ring. And this is really cool. There is a connection to Demon Souls. If you don't want to go on any further, you don't have to. I'm not going to spoil the story, do not worry. But yes, there is some sort of connection to the Demon Souls series, which is a first. They really didn't connect much with Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 back to Demon Souls. So this is really good news. And this is where it gets interesting. You hear one of the characters in the game utter those famous words we know. Umbasa. But I prefer this.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
And after showing that, that's gotta make you think about Demon Souls. It makes me all warm and fuzzy inside, especially when I see the Nexus. Man, that was my safe haven in Demon Souls and one of my favorite hub worlds of all time. So what is your favorite hub world between the Souls franchise? Is it Firelink Shrine, Nexus, or the brand new one from Dark Souls 2? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say about this one. And remember, we are still doing our community Q&A. If you have any questions for me and Ryan, please post them. Again, we are celebrating 100,000 subscribers right here on Open World Games. Thank you guys, seriously, for your support. I can't thank you enough. It means the world to me, all of your shares, likes, and comments. You can find me out on Twitter and on Facebook. All of that information is provided in the description below. But thank you so much for watching. Cannot wait for Bloodborne over here. It's going to be awesome. A great way to begin 2015 in gaming. Definitely look forward to coverage right here on Open World Games, and thanks for watching, and see you guys soon enough in Yarnum.